Oh, we are live. It's alive. Let's see. Putting my email in the chat. Gmail. Alright, for those of you that are wanting to get hold of me, my email is now in the chat. Okay. Hello, my name is Shane Philibert. I'm here again tonight for a little bit earlier than I have in the previous nights. So 8 o'clock tonight, hopefully is the new time, and we can be able to work a little bit better together as far as an earlier time. For those of us that have kids, I still got kids out there watching the TV, getting ready to crash for the night. So my name is Shane Philibert. I'm a certified financial coach. And the purpose of the workshop is to basically provide the foundational budgeting principles as well as helping you overall win at finances. What will be covered is like the understanding the income versus expenses, as far as creating a budget, as far as financial goals, how to start setting those, how to stick with the budget. We'll go over a few questions and answers if anybody has anything tonight, introduce a little bit about financial coaching, and then we'll have a final word of encouragement. So what is income? What is expenses? So income is any money coming in, and expenses is any money that you have going out. So your paycheck, your alimony, your child support, your commissions, your bonuses, income. So expenses, the light bill, the house bill, forgetting to turn that light on, the house bill, the gas, food, different things like that. So money you're spending every month. So to start off with on a budget, you need to sit down with about a month's worth of your statements. So your bank statements, credit card statements, where you're spending money, and you're documenting, that has some form of documentation for it. It'll get you an overall clear picture of where you're spending your money, and then you need to list out a list of income and your list of expenses. So one sheet of paper, list your income. The other sheet of paper, you can list out your expenses, and then subtract the two, and you kind of see if there's the difference between the two, whether you're overspending or whether you're underspending. So overspending would have a deficit, and then underspending you'd have a surplus of money, so you have a little bit extra money coming and sitting there on a monthly basis. So to start with, whenever you start creating your budget, you want to set up the four walls. So food, utilities, shelter, and transportation. So as far as food, when you start setting up your food budget, you want to calculate about $250 per person on a base rate. So a four-person household would have $1,000 as far as set up for their food budget on a monthly basis. And then you want to look at the utilities as far as gas, water, trash, electric, those various components that you're spending every month for utilities. Telephone would be another good one there too. Even since we're in the telephone or cell phone age now, or internet, if you're working from the house, various components there. And then shelter, like the house payment, apartment payment, condo payment, whatever that may be. The insurance, the taxes, HOA dues, the various components that go into that, setting that up. And then you have the transportation. So car payment, gas, maintenance payment, or maintenance like fees, like setting that up on the side. And then insurance for sure. So you keep all that funded initially. So starting with that, and then you want to adjust as you go. So talking about the adjustment and the various components there. So you need to, if you're having that deficit, so you need to start, and this hurts, but declaring needs versus wants. So what is something I need versus something I want? So a streaming service might be something you want, but it's not necessarily a need per se, unless that's like your job. So, I mean, if your job is that, I mean, obviously it's a need. So, determining that, and then you can start cutting away the various components there, so you're not constantly in the red or having a deficit where you're overspending on a monthly basis. So, and then let's talk about financial goals. So, as far as a financial goal, the first, when you start determining that, is what is your why? Why are you wanting to budget? Why are you wanting to save money? Why are you wanting to do these various components and go through the challenge of, creating a budget? What is your why? So, do you want to send kids to college? Do you want to retire with dignity? Do you tired of living paycheck to paycheck, or from from one paycheck to the middle of next week, and then you're struggling to make it to the next paycheck kind of thing? What is your why? So determining that. Financial goals overall will help to determine, they're very crucial to help you determine your motivation and your direction. So, like I said, what is your why? So types of goals is short term, happening within a year. You got intermediate goals happening 1 to 5 years, and you have long-term goals 5 to 10 years, and sometimes beyond that. So short term, paying off a little bit of debt or saving up for an emergency fund. Intermediate goals, maybe paying off some more debt that might be a bigger bill, different things like that. And then long term, college for the kids, retirement. So the different components there. So in order to start setting a goal, it has to meet certain criteria. So a goal has to be specific, has to be measurable, has to be achievable, has to be relevant, has to be yours. So, I mean, it gives you that motivation to get behind it. And then time limit. So, in meaning on relevancy and having to be yours, so I get it with a spouse. I mean, the different components there, as far as you might not agree with that goal. So setting it up in a way that you are on board for it, per se. So it needs to be yours. So, and then the next thing is write these down. So make a record of these, document them, put them in a Word doc, whatever you do, print them out, put them all over the house. So you can start seeing that on a day-to-day basis, being reminded, this is why I'm doing this. These are the various components that we're winning at, and set it up with like an award system. So you get to a certain point, you saved up that emergency fund for that short-term goal, an award. Maybe you guys all go out for dinner, or something like that. It makes it that much more attractive and much more fun to want to go after if you have an award or you have something that you're trying to go for, and then you win at that, and then you reward yourself. So, setting something like that up as you transition from goal to goal to goal. So, for those of us that are very financially minded, and we have like this plan laid out, we're going to pay this goal off or pay this bill off, in 2025 on such and such date, such and such month. Those of us that got to plan it out that far, set a goal or set like a happening or an event that's going to happen once you meet that goal. So you can go and do a various thing, not to say you need to go back and rack up some more debt or anything like that, on a family trip that you can't afford or anything, but it's just something simple, that you can go and you can show yourself the appreciation for meeting that. So, an example of a goal would be like saving up $500 for an emergency fund over the next 6 months. It's specific, it's measurable, achievable, relevant, it's yours, and a time limit to it, 6 months. So, some tips to kind of help you stick to your budget is like automate your savings. We have an envelope system ourselves. It's actually like a small, it's about the size of an envelope. It's a small accordion file folder that's tabbed, and we put different tabs on it. So, the well, one's for short term and one's for long term kind of thing. So one's more like what's going on monthly, and the other one is what's going on like over time. So, for example, the one that we keep at the house might have like the emergency fund in it. It might have like taxes that you only pay every so often. Say insurance, which we pay like on an annual basis. And then like the short term one we use like on a month to month basis is like got food, non-food, entertainment, and various components that you're going to use more readily available, that you might need to have on your person, so you can go and buy, or go and do the entertainment fund, and or clothing budget was another one that's a short term thing. We save a little bit every month towards clothing. With the kids and stuff like that, it's nice because you have that allotment of a month that's going towards it, and if you don't buy clothes for that month, then you have it built up, over a couple months, and kids are looking like they're wearing high waters. You can go grab them some more clothes. Because you got that money set aside, and it's building itself up. It's not one of those things like, oh my gosh, the kids are, eating us out of house and home. We don't have any food. We don't have any money. What are we going to do? That's where the automated savings, and that's where the envelope system comes in real handy. Because you're building that money up. So, cash versus card, guys. Swiping that card mindlessly, wherever you're mindlessly swiping it to places we don't need to go spend money, kind of thing. I think my fetish is with Amazon. I think they think that I need to own a portion of Amazon, so just mindlessly swiping the card. More stuff we need, right? Build up more stuff. So cash versus cards there. So make it hurt with the cash. And then a monthly review as far as going back, re-looking at the budget, seeing these various components, things that might need to change, having a surplus here or a surplus there or a deficit here. You're spending more money in that certain spot. You maybe need to increase that portion. And then the one that you're having a surplus on, you take away a little bit from that. Those kind of things. So adjusting that. Does anybody have any questions tonight as far as anything that I've covered so far? And like I said at the beginning, I am a financial coach. So a financial coach will help guide you along through your financial journey. They're not there to run the race for you. They're there to help guide you and to help you overall, transition through the financial journey that you're trying to go through with like budgeting and you're overall trying to figure out your finances, and helping you kind of initiate the goal setting, helping you win at goal setting. Seeing you transition over the years and different things like that. It's not something that you some folks might use it just initially to get set up. They might, do like a subscription thing down the line, and just kind of work with the financial coach throughout, the transitioning and different things like that, and the opportunities that present themselves there. Kind of helping save, plan for the future, college, different things like that. Some materials I have to offer is like a why pay for coaching worksheet. It kind of works you through the different components and things that I can help with, and then kind of helps you make like a list of the various things that you could possibly need me for, as far as like working through the financials and stuff like that. And then for those that are wanting coaching, like a financial snapshot, so you can kind of enlighten me as far as like where you're at, like where you're headed and different things like that. What's your future plans and different things like that. So that worksheet will help you quite a bit there. So, both of us could get on the same page as far as expectations and such. And then I do have like some PDF fillable docs that you have available to you as far as like the budgeting worksheets and stuff like that. You can start setting those up. And then there's also a free app called Every Dollar. It's actually put out by Ramsey Solutions. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of Dave Ramsey, but he came up with the 7 baby steps, and transition there. The first step is $1,000 emergency fund, depending on your finances. It might be a $500 emergency fund. Step 2, getting your debt paid off. Step 3, that 3 to 6 months expenses. Step 4, investing 15% of your money before retirement. Step 5, getting that child's college paid for. Step 6, paying off that house. And then step 7, building wealth and giving. So definitely some opportunity there for growth for all of us as far as working through the steps and the various components there. There's also, I have like a SMART goals worksheet that can kind of help you start setting those financial goals in different components. Just let me know as far as that goes, the various things that I could help you out there with, as far as if you like any of these documents or different things, I could send them to you. And then we've been talking about in the past as far as like an FPU class. Just let me know as far as like a Financial Peace University class if you'd be interested. If you're doing it with a spouse, I believe it's still, the cost is the same. I believe it starts out at $80. If you do like a hybrid class, it might be a little bit more if we do it in person. So still, let me know if anybody be interested in that. And then in closing, guys, you have to take the first step to start winning at finances. I mean, that's one of the things that you've got to realize, is that nobody's there with a life preserver going to hold you, help you kicking while you dance around with the sharks, kind of thing. If the life raft is there, take that opportunity. So it's definitely up to you if you want to change. Nobody's going to force you to change, unfortunately. With the right tools, you can win with your finances. So whatever your why may be, maybe you're wanting to change your legacy. Not only for you but for your children. It's a possibility, to change. Budgeting is a skill that takes lots of practice, guys. I've been doing it with my wife for the past decade. When we first started, it was a horrible experience, but over the years, we've kind of gained a lot of insight in the various components, as far as the ins and outs of the budgeting, how to be on the same page, expectations, what are we wanting to do as far as the overall picture of everything, getting on that same page. So it's a challenge. It's a worthy challenge, but and it's nice to be able to have the money to pay for the bills, So where do you see yourself? That's the biggest thing. So budget is a living and breathing thing. It's going to ebb and flow, the various components in it. A lot of it's going to stay like your 4 walls. They'll typically stay the same unless you unless you move and stuff like that. They could possibly change there. So, but typically you're always going to have the 4 walls around you. So, unless you get tired of paying the car payment, So, there's various components that are going to be the same. There's various components that are going to leave you over time, because, hopefully you'll start winning and getting some of your debt paid off. So, some of that stuff will start dropping off. So, it's definitely going to change and ebb and flow over the years. Thank you guys tonight for spending time with me. And it's been a great run as far as budgeting. we just appreciate you guys and the opportunity that you present and helping with changing lives and changing the overall perspective that you can win with finances. Just know it's not failure unless you quit. Continue trying, and over time, you will succeed. So we will see you guys again on next Saturday, and plan on 8 o'clock. And apparently I forgot to promote this one again this week, so we will look for you at 8 o'clock on next Saturday, guys. So you guys have a great weekend. I know it's a long weekend for some of us, being Labor Day. So I hope you guys enjoy, and we will see you guys, well, literally next month, because that's tomorrow. So you guys have a good